Okay, welcome to the Bellport Battle Bunker in a 8th edition match play Battle Forge Battle Report, and we're going to be playing the first mission in the Fate of Konor. Alright, so we got Chris back on the channel. If you go back a couple battle reports ago, he was one of the last 7th edition battle reports we played on the channel. And now he's back. He's been painting and building some models, and we're back into we're going to start the Fate of Konor, mission 1. We're a little bit late in the missions, but I think 2 have come out so far. But we're gonna get this one going here. So Chris, you got the new Chaos Codex came out, right?
Yeah.
So you got some new models here, I guess, or new rules for some existing models. I know you've been painting some guys. You have 2 different detachments, it looks like here. One from the Chaos Marine book and one from the Death Guard from the Index until that Codex comes out.
Right.
All right, let's. Which one do you want to start with?
Well, this one on the left is a Chaos Marine Spearhead detachment. Led by the Demon Prince with wings, Demonic Axe, and he's dedicated to Nurgle. In front of him we got 5 Terminators with combi meltas, 4 combi meltas, and various close combat weapons, power axes, a fist in there. To the left, 10 cultists with auto guns and a heavy stubber. Right behind that, Vindicator, armed with a Havoc launcher and Demolisher cannon. Behind that, 10-man squad of Chaos Havocs with 4 las cannons, and behind that...
They look like new. Are those new models?
No, those are old.
They're old? Just got different bases or something?
No, I just had to dig them out there. Some of this stuff is work in progress.
Alright.
To the right of the Demon Prince is 15 cultists with auto pistols and a flamer, and then in the back, 2 Chaos Defilers. One is armed with a Defiler's Scourge and Reaper, and the other with a twin heavy flamer and Reaper.
Alright, so this is the, which detachment is this one?
Chaos Space Marine.
Chaos Space Marine?
Spearhead detachment.
Okay. And then on the right here you got, this is Death Guard?
Yeah, Death Guard. Battalion.
Is this the leader right here?
Yeah, that's Lord of Contagion with a Man Reaper. He's still a work in progress, unfortunately. And then to the right of him, Sorcerer with a jump pack and Force Sword, Mark of Nurgle. To the right of him, 15 cultists, heavy stubbers, auto guns, and a champ. And behind, we got some Plague Marines, a 6-man squad with champion with a Plague Pistol and Plasma Pistol, Power Sword, and 2 plasmas in there. And then to the right, a squad of 7 with a Power Fist and a Flamer and a Rhino transport. To the left, the other squad of Plague Marines, 7 with the Champ with Combi Melta and 2 Melta guns, and then a squad of 3 Chaos Spawn, and it has a Rhino as well.
Alright, and this is 2,500 points of Chaos Space Marines, right? With the Death Guard detachment and then a Chaos Space Marine detachment.
Yep.
Alright, let's see what you're gonna be facing. Alright, so this is 2,500 points on the nose with Crimson Fist Space Marines with the new Codex. I'm going with 2 separate detachments here. On the left I have a battalion, and on the right we got a spearhead. So let's go to the battalion. I got 2 captains and 2 lieutenants. The captains have the backpack banners, and the lieutenants are going to be armed with power fists and master crafted chain swords. They all have the weapons modeled on them. They come with a bolt pistol, master crafted chain sword, and I put power fists on them. So they'll be able to re-roll. The captains re-roll 1s to hit, and the lieutenants will re-roll 1s to wound. For the troops, I got a 7-man sniper squad of scouts, camo cloaks, and a heavy bolter, and as a heavy weapon. I got a full 10-man tactical squad here. The sergeant has a combi plasma chain sword, got a plasma gun in there and a missile launcher. I got a 2nd tactical squad behind that with full 10 men. Sergeant with the combi flamer and chain sword, a flamer, and a heavy bolter in that squad. I got a 5-man tactical squad with a sergeant combi melta and chain sword and a melta gun, and they have a razorback with the twin heavy bolter and a storm bolter. And then I got a dreadnought with 2 twin autocannons, and that's the battalion. That's giving me 3 command points bonus. Over here I got the spearhead detachment, which is primarily heavy supports. Again, I have a captain, but this one has a power fist and a master crafted chain sword, and then his lieutenant, master crafted bolter and power fist. So we're getting the +1 to hit from the captain. I'm re-rolling 1s to hit with the captain and re-rolling 1s to wound with the lieutenants. And behind them I got 2 10-man Devastator squads. This first Devastator squad has heavy bolters. Sergeant has a chain sword and a bolter. And then this one also has a chain sword and a bolter as a sergeant, but this one has 4 las cannons. Behind them I have a 10-man Stern Guard squad. The sergeant has the chain sword and his special issue bolt gun. And they're all have special issue bolt guns, except for I included 2 grav cannons and amps as the heavy weapons for the Stern Guard squad. I went with another heavy, which is the Land Raider. This guy's 356 points now, as opposed to the 250 that it used to be, but it's got a lot more firepower. I threw a Storm Bolter on top. I had some points left over. And we got an Assault Terminator squad inside. The Sergeant has a Thunder Hammer and Storm Shield, and the rest of the guys have a pair of Lightning Claws. So that's the 2 detachments. That's given me a total of 7 command points and 2,500 points of Crimson Fist. We'll be the Defender in the Fate of Konor Mission 1, and Chris's Chaos will be the Attacker. Let's take a look at the battlefield. It's Astaramis Invasion Mission 1 for the Fate of Konor. So Astaramis has come under direct and heavy attack from the forces of Chaos, and in response, the mighty armies of the Imperium have been mustered to defend the sprawling hive world, and the battle is joined in earnest. So this is right outside the hive, and we're trying to defend this area. The Chaos are coming in, and we're going to try to hold this bridge. Alright, let's get back to, we'll start deployment. Defender will have the first drop. Alright, so in this mission, the defender gets a 24-inch deployment zone marked off by those two sticks right there. And the attacker has a 12-inch deployment, sort similar to Dawn of War. Defender gets to place the first unit. I put a Razorback underneath this Sky Shield landing pad. It's got the 5-man squad with the melter, combi melter in it. Chris then countered by putting some cultists over here on this flank, trying to get across this this bridge or this river here into this woods. And then I got a Land Raider down with the 5-man Terminator Assault Squad. So now you got your second unit. Alright, so the spawn are down. Alright, going on to the Crimson Fist's next deployment. Alright, so third deployment for the Crimson Fist. We put a tactical squad in the trench line with the Heavy Bolter, Combi Flamer, and Flamer. Now Chris looks like he's got his Vindicator coming down. Right there. Alright, let's go with the next unit. Okay, Crimson Fist, I got a 10-man Las Cannon Devastator squad up here on the Sky Shield landing pad, countering this Vindicator. So Chris has got a next unit being dropped. So we got a nice little view of the battlefield here. Got the bridge under approach. Alright, Chris is putting his, what is this, 10-man Havoc squad with the Las Cannons?
Yeah.
Putting them inside that woods terrain, getting that cover. Alright, we threw the 7-man Scout squad with the snipers, camo cloaks, and the Heavy Bolter in the tower. And Chris counter-deployed with the Defiler in this back corner here. Okay, I'm putting a 10-man tactical squad here with the missile launcher and plasma, combi plasma. Looking out down this way, trying to target some of those Havocs. Alright, what do you got?
Got a 7-man squad of Plague Marines and a Rhino with a Power Fist and a Flamer. Going right here.
Alright, making a bold move over the bridge. Okay, we're matching that Rhino on the bridge with our Dreadnought on the other side of the bridge right here, defending this tower.
And I have another Rhino with 7 Plague Marines, champion with a Combi Melta and 2 Meltas right there.
Alright, double Rhino rush.
Let me just see, maybe I can get a little further up. Nope, that's about it. A little bit more.
Alright, we got a 10-man Heavy Bolter team alongside this Scout squad with their Heavy Bolter. We got the Heavy Bolters here. So we got line of sight on the Havocs and also across the way on the Cultists. So we got 2 lines of fire going here, and then if anything comes up this approach, we got that covered also. Alright, what do you got countering?
A 6-man squad of Plague Marines with plasma guns. They're going to go here. Champion with a plasma pistol, power sword.
Okay. Okay, we're putting the 10-man Stern Guard squad with the grav cannons right here in this woods. So we're in that terrain getting cover. And looks like Chris is countering with some more cultists on the opposite side of this bridge. This bridge is getting becoming a hot spot here.
Yeah, 15 cultists with close combat weapons, pistols, and a flamer.
Alright, so this is definitely going to be the kill box in this area. Coming across the bridge. Alright, so all I have left is my HQ choices, my 3 captains and 3 lieutenants, so I'll put them down and then I'll come back and I think you got something that you could put in reserve, right? You got Terminators that went in reserve?
Yeah, the Terminators are going in reserve.
And that'll be your last drop?
Now I have 3 HQs and 15 more cultists and a defiler.
Alright, so we'll put the I'll put my HQs down, we'll let you do your drops, and we'll get back and film out the rest of this deployment.
Okay.
Okay, so we put our HQs down. We did alternating deployment. I'll just summarize it right here real quick. We put a captain and a lieutenant right there so we can buff the Stern Guard, the Devastators, and the Razorback there. We put our Warlord with the Fist of Vengeance relic that we get for free from the new chapter Codex book, and he's inside that Razorback with that squad with Kami Melta Melta. We threw another captain and another lieutenant back there to buff the tactical squad and the Devastator squad that's in the trench line. And we put a lieutenant over here by the Land Raider. He'll be able to move up with that hopefully, and keep pace with the Terminators. And I believe that's it. Yeah, these guys didn't get any leadership. They're just out here holding this communications outpost right here. And Chris put down a bunch of guys. Like, you got a sorcerer back here. It looks like your winged demon prince is here, and I think your warlord. You said it was back here somewhere too, right? With the
he's in reserve
with the scythe.
With the
Oh, he's Terminator. All right, so he's got Terminator's deep striking. He's got his warlord in Terminator armor with the scythe deep striking. And he threw another cultist squad down, right? So you got 3 squads of cultists.
Yep.
And looks like everything's all ready to go. Alright, so the attacker will have the first turn unless the defender can seize the initiative. And so this is the end of deployment. We got a big matchup on the bridge. Looking to get across. Alright, we're going to try to... defender's going to try to seize the initiative on a 6. Nope. Got a 2, so attacker will have first turn and movement, and we'll get back to you after all that's done. Alright, so let's get a review of the first turn of shooting from Chris here. The Defilers opened up on the Devastators, killing 2, and the Cultists over here took down 2 of the Stern Guard. We got some bad rolls with the cover in there, failing some saves. The combi bolters from the Rhinos targeted the scouts, killed 1 scout. And the Vindicator, I think he didn't really do any damage, right? He took some shots at the Dread or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
did
either
nothing.
whiffed or I made saves or he failed. It was not a good showing from the Vindicator. The Havocs over here in the center opened up and killed 2 of the tactical squads over here in this communications bunker. So we've lost 2 Stern Guard, a Scout, and 2 Devastator Marines. And with the leadership of 8 from those squads, they won't have to roll any dice for morale because they can't fail it on the dice roll. Alright, so we're going to go into bomb of turn 1, Crimson Fist response for this push over the bridge. Okay, so let's recap the shooting phase and everything that we did here. The Devastators split their fire. We put 3 las cannons into one of the Razorbacks and one of the other ones into another Razorback. And between that and the Land Raider focused on the Vindicator and locked him down, shot him up. And this 1 Rhino is gone. We then split fire with the Grav cannons at the Rhino. We did some damage. We took 5 points of damage on that one from the Grav cannons, and then all these guys shot up the Cultist, and there was only 1 left, but he failed. He died in the morale phase, so he's gone. We had some bolter fire from the Devastators here. They fired at those Cultists and killed 2, and he made his leadership, so didn't lose any additional guys. The Plague Marines that bailed out of this tank, none of them died from the explosion, but between the heavy bolter fire from the Razorback under here, we also targeted this tactical squad with some heavy bolters, and the Devastator squad heavy bolters. But there is 1 guy left thanks to the disgustingly resilient saves. I think he saved about, what, 4 or 5 with those rolls?
Yeah.
So there is 1 guy left. It looks like the champion.
Yep.
When the Rhino blew up, that opened up a gap for the snipers so that they could target the Sorcerer. But we rolled 3 hits but failed to wound with any of those rolls. So she's safe. That guy's safe. Crack missile from way over here fired into the Havocs and killed 1 in the woods, failing his cover save. And that's it. So we killed a Vindicator, we got a Cultist squad out of the way, and a Rhino. And that's it, right?
Yep.
So 3 kill points. That's 3 victory points so far from the Crimson Fists. And remember, Chris's goal is to get as many units as he can into my deployment zone, and then at the end of the game, any units that's wholly within the deployment zone, which is basically over this bridge, and then straight across that way, he's going to get a victory point for. And Slay the Warlord is also in effect. And Chris has his Warlord and Terminators up in the teleport, and my Warlord is over here in this Razorback, and now he's going to be coming across this bridge. So let's go on to top of turn 2 and see what we got. Alright, we got a big round here for the Chaos Nurgle. We got, he played a command stratagem from the new book, where the cultists that were over here, there was, I think only, I don't know, it was less than half of the squad was remaining. They get to pull a squad off at the end of the movement phase, and then it comes back at full strength anywhere on a table edge, 6 inches from the table edge, but 9 inches from an enemy. And they came on and shot and killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They killed 2 Marines with their shooting. And big news right here in the center, the Terminators deep struck down with the Lord, the Warlord, and the Meltas just shredded up this this Land Raider, even though they weren't within the 6-inch range. So tremendous amount of damage. Oh no, well it knocked it down to 2 wounds, and then the Defiler over there, that bad boy, finished him off. And we got an explosion result, which killed 3 Terminators, rolled 3 1s for the disembark of an exploding vehicle. So my worst fear came true with that scenario where rolling 1s of passengers, the models get taken out, not just wounds. So 3 1s killed 3 actual Terminators. That's 6 wounds altogether. Bad news. The sergeant took 2 mortal wounds in the explosion. I mean, the lieutenant took 2 mortal wounds. And a Terminator took killed 1 Terminator, took 2 mortal wounds. So that was a big round for the, over here the Stern Guard actually held, they lost 3 guys in the assault, between assault and shooting. He played the special stratagem for the Fate of Konor in this mission where you can advance and then charge. So he played that card so the spawn were able to charge in. But the Stern Guard actually held it on. There's a Sorcerer in here, Plague Marines, and Spawn. And we got some heroes here that are going to try to get into combat later on. Oh, the Dreadnought got popped. There was another thing. These guys right here, they have 3 melty guns when they came out of the Rhino. And they unloaded at close range, and they just shredded that Dreadnought. He got rocked. This guy killed a couple of more Marines. So some more Devastators died, but morale checks are all good. And now we're going into bottom of turn 2. So we're going to see if we can rally our defenses and keep this tide of filth from getting over this bridge, although they've already gotten through. They're in our perimeter. Okay, Crimson first, bottom of turn 2. Alright, we used all of our bolters from these squads, so we got a tactical squad over here. These guys came out of the Razorback that's under the Sky Shield. And the Devastators and the Heavy Bolter from over here. And the Heavy Bolters from the Devastators all fired at the cultists that was in that area, and we slaughtered them all with guns. So they won't be able to come back using that stratagem. They're gone. The Melta and the Kami Melta coming out of the tactical squad here from the Razorback smoked the Rhino. It went down quietly with no explosion. We charged my Warlord out of the Razorback and the Captain, and we killed a whole bunch of Plague Marines. There's 1 left, but he made his morale. Well, actually, he lost the morale, and 1 guy died. The Spawn and the Sorcerer and the Plague guys killed all the Stern Guard in the combat, so they're all dead to a man. This guy punched a Power Fist into his Spawn, did 3 points of damage, but he's still hanging on with 1 wound. And what else we got over here? We shot a whole bunch of guys on that bridge, so we lost a couple Plague Marines due to sniper fire and sniper rifles and that. But the disgusting resilient saves are really kicking in nice, saving a lot of guys, both turns. The fight over here, the Terminator killed my Lieutenant, and I think I killed a Terminator, right? In response?
Yeah.
So that was a 1-for-1, and we lost a wound on the on the hammer guy. So he's wounded. And everything else made the morales. They lost 2 guys, they made their morale. And now it's going to be to the top of turn 3 with Chris trying to see if he can push across no man's land. He's already got these guys in, so that's going to be a victory point if it makes it. He will get it. Terminators. And then these 3 guys. And more coming over the bridge. So he's looking to make that push to get over that bridge line. And I'm looking to get as many kill points as I possibly can to see if I can hold this tide of filth back. Top of turn 3. Chaos Demons. Alright, we just finished the top of turn 3 here, and the spawn lost a guy, but then one of them killed, did 2 wounds to the lieutenant. He got that, what is that, AP -4, the rending. Mm-hmm. So my warlord took care of his business over here, killed the plague marine, advanced over here. He's going to try to get him next. My captain's going this way to try to help the beleaguered devastators, who got charged by the sorcerer, but he didn't do any damage, and we didn't do anything back to him. So we're going to try to deal with that. This was pretty much we did nothing to each other, right?
Yeah.
No wounds in combat, but they came in and shot me up. I lost 2 guys from the plasma fire before the charge. Snipers lost 2 guys. They don't have to make a check because that's not going to be enough to kill it, to do any damage in morale. That was from the wind or whatever. This guy, what did this guy have? He had a psychic power that wiped out those 2 scouts, right?
Yeah.
Breath of something.
Smite.
Smite. The 2 big guys over there, they shot up some stuff. What'd they kill?
I think they might have shot a devastator or something.
Yeah, they killed a couple of guys over here.
Yeah.
Killed some devastators before they went in. One of them moved, so he wasn't hitting on much, but the other one was sitting still. Chris is trying to get across that threshold, so his lord did. This guy's about to. He's got to get past the bridge line. And the sorcerer has made it all the way up here with his fly move. He's jumped up into the fray right on the Sky Shield landing pad, so we got to deal with that. And the cultists failed their charge. We killed one in Overwatch, but we lost a bunch to shooting. Their autoguns are doing a lot of damage. They keep rolling 1s. The Emperor's not protecting. So we're going to try to deal with those guys on this one flank. It doesn't look good. I'm outnumbered. Maybe my heavy bolters will be in range this time. We'll see. And the Havocs, I only did the 1 damage from that crack missile early in the game, and they've been shooting with impunity with their las cannons. So bottom of turn 3, we'll see if I can push this back, at least establish our lines a little bit. Alright, the lieutenant, he died. They got that rending again, and 1 wound got through, doing 2 wounds, so he gets killed in action before he can swing his power fist. And my warlord charged the demon prince, and I did 1 power fist hit, 3 damage, but then, and my shooting wasn't too good either. I did shoot him up. He did take a couple of wounds, but not as much as I anticipated. But then he hit me with that axe, and I failed 3 of my Iron Halo saves, and they were 3 damage a pop, so 9 damage just took out my warlord in a quick fashion. So the Demon Prince has got Slay the Warlord, victory point. And we lost 1 guy from this squad, the tactical squad, against the Plague Marines. We did no damage in return. And my captain came up here, charged up to this fort. We fell back with the last cannon squad so we could shoot at this guy. We did get a shot off with the Mastercrafted bolt gun and did 2 wounds to him. But then we couldn't kill him in combat. But he couldn't wound me either. I made my Iron Halo save from that force weapon. And this guy fell back so we could shoot the Terminators, which we did. We fired heavy bolters. I think we even got a Hellfire round from the scouts, helped out. Finally killed those Terminators. Which leaves this over here, the Lord. And then we shot these guys up. We had heavy bolter fire from Devastators that shot down the way. And then these guys fired, and then they jumped out and assaulted and killed 8 altogether, I believe, or maybe 9. So there's only 3 of those dudes left. 2 died in morale. So we did get rid of the Terminators, but now the Lord is sitting there. But we still have some good shooting here in the trenches. But Chris has a lot of stuff that came over the bridge, and we're losing this flank. And trying to push him back. Again, the Havocs still have impunity. Let's see what goes on in top of turn 4. All right, the shooting, the defilers, they started moving up, even though they're only hitting on 5s with their battle cannons and Reaper autocannons. They wound up systematically shooting the Devastators, and there's none left. They're all gone. We had 1 wound done by the force weapon, and he rolled a 2, so my captain's damaged, and I failed to do any wounds to your sorcerer in the hand-to-hand phase. This guy did 2 points of damage on the Rhino, the Razorback I mean, and I did nothing back. This was a bounce, no wounds taken by either one. This guy flew over the Demon Prince after killing my Warlord, and then charged this tactical squad, killing 2, but he rolled horrible on the assault. So, and I did I think 1 damage back in the Overwatch phase, right? Because you've made everything in the fight phase. So that's all locked up right there. And the Lord of, what is this guy?
Contagion.
Contagion. He failed to, well, he wounded my guy, but I made the invulnerable save because the Emperor protects. And I didn't do any damage to him because you made your invulnerable save with my Lightning Claw. That got through. These guys fell back. Right? Your,
yeah.
cultists, so that allowed the Havocs who moved up in the woods to fire, hitting on 4s, and they got 3 wounds, and I failed all 3 saves. So 3 guys got vaped, which we gotta roll a morale check here for this. So 6 plus 3, I mean D6 plus 3, so 7. So he's okay because that's the sergeant on an 8. And where else do we have any? That's it, because I only lost 2 here, so I don't have to worry about that. You killed all the Devastators, so they're dead. So we're at the bottom of turn 4 now, and you're starting to move your units across. So you have, what did you say, I killed 8 units altogether before we got started this turn?
Yeah, something like that.
So I killed around 8. That means you needed to get 8 points to tie it. You had Slay the Warlord, and currently you have, so that's 1, and you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're 1 unit away from getting into the zone, and this guy has just got to move in. Well, he's got to be wholly within, so he's got to do his full move. He'll be in. This guy can move in advance and get over the bridge and possibly be in. And these guys could move in advance and possibly be across the bridge threshold, which is right along that line right there. So if they get out of the woods, they'll be in. So Chris is fighting to get his guys into the zone. I'm trying to stay alive and kill as much as I can. Let's go into my phase. Bottom of turn 4 and see if I can get some snipers that are available to fire. My Devastators are available here. I probably should fall back. I'll fall back with this squad so I can shoot everything I got at the Demon Prince. Maybe get a kill there because he is wounded. Probably fall back there and see if I can shoot him up too. Alright, let's do it. Bottom of 4. Alright, we had the sergeant charged in over here, shot some cultists, and then killed some more in the assault phase. I think you got to roll a morale check because he lost like 3 dudes, right?
He's toast.
All right, so he gets. So that's another kill point for me. So it's. I think it's putting the game. Chris was just saying it's putting the game out of reach here, because I just racked up a few more kill points. We fell back when this Demon Prince attacked my squad. We fell back and then we shot with all of our Devastator squad and snipers. We had one last command point with Hellfire rounds, and we were able to kill the Demon Prince with the shooting. My captain finally got the better of the sorcerer with 5 wounds, and then he failed a couple saves. He only had 2 wounds remaining. The spawn didn't do anything to my tank. I didn't do anything to him. I did kill a couple of these plague guys though, because my lieutenant was able to make the charge. The captain failed, but he made the charge and got a power fist attacks in there. And Chris was looking at the oh, we fell back with the Terminator again, so we could try to go get the Havocs, but Chris was trying to get these guys across the table, which means I was up to 10 kill points now because I just got 2 more, right? So you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That guy's gone. You only have 6 units on the board. So,
yeah, so
with the Slay of the Warlord, which you did get, that would be 7, which would not beat the 10 kill points that I've already racked up.
Yeah.
So this was a real bloody. I mean, you got over the bridge, you wrecked this flank. The Devastators got wrecked. My stern guard got completely overrun. I lost my warlord. Lieutenant died. Another captain dead. You killed this tactical squad's almost gone, but they're still hanging on with the Razorback. Snipers still held on. But you really did a lot of damage over here. This guy has one dude left from the tactical squad. It's amazing they're still alive. The last guys, he probably would be dead if you go one more turn because you'll be able to snipe him out and shoot him with some las cannons, I'm sure. Even dedicate some fire to the Terminator. He's only on one wound, so I'm not expecting those two to live. So you probably will have your Havocs in there. This guy, he moves really slow. He's only got a 4-inch move. We possibly could charge this, but this is a lot of guns to look down, so I might be able to do some damage on that. This guy's been tough, but now I got a power fist in there, so it might be lights out for him. And this guy's wounded. So the Defilers kick ass, so they can come in and do some damage. I don't know, it's up to you. If you want to, you won't be able to win with the mission because of the kill points, but if you want to try to get some more damage and carnage, that's up to you. What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, my only chance of actually winning the mission is to table you.
Yeah,
that's
wipe out.
Not going to happen, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, these demon engines, they just regenerated. I did some damage, but they're pretty much at full health now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not winnable per the mission.
Right.
You know.
The actual mission parameters are not going to happen for the chaos, so we've achieved that. But you could still sow some death and destruction among my ranks and leave this installation in a very weakened state for the planet. For the Fate of Konor. I mean, this is a full tactical squad. They fell back, but now they're going to be able to move and fire if they need to. Got a Devastator squad. Still got some leadership around.
Yeah, the snipers I haven't been able to get rid of.
Yeah, they were. Well, now you got this shooting. I mean, they've been systematically now taking up and doing some damage. You're going to get a lot of shots. You won't be able to target him, but if you fall back, you could target the vehicle. You could probably kill the rest of the snipers. Or you got angles now on this stuff. So you could soften up. Look at this. You got this angle here. You could soften this Devastator squad up. Get him involved. If he makes the big charge, could happen.
He's a little slow. We'll see what happens. I think I'll take a turn and we'll call it after that.
Alright, so we're going to go to the top of turn 5, which could be the last turn anyway. It's random game length. Let's see how much damage the Chaos Nurgle can destroy, because now you're going to get these guys over the bridge for sure with their movement, and they'll be able to shoot some stuff up. I don't think the Terminator will live. He might not live. And then it's just going to be this little base right here. Alright, let's go to the top of turn 5. Chris's movement and shooting. Alright, Chris pushed forward over the bridge with the two Defilers, and they did some shooting. Unfortunately, his rolls were not up to speed here for this crucial round. He wound up doing 2 points of damage to this vehicle in the assault phase. He did shoot and kill like 1 or 2 of these Marines back here, but they were only hitting on 5s. But now they're in a good position to start doing some real damage. Big win for me was the Lieutenant punching the last Plague Champion in the face right here and winning this combat and freeing up those 2 melter guns to possibly go hunt a Defiler coming over the bridge. Luckily, this guy failed his charge, and we got really lucky over here. So this guy's got visions of carving up some Havoc wings with his lightning claws because he failed to kill me with the las cannons. The las cannons did kill the last sergeant over here, so we lost the communications tower. That squad is gone. And these Havocs assaulted over here, and I killed 3 of them with the lightning claws. So we'll see what happens with that. I mean, he can maybe win that combat, get out of there. But these things can still do some damage. He's trying to table me, which could happen. These things do get a lot of shots, and if they start pumping some damage in here, if this guy ever does get into combat, he should be able to chew through this Devastator squad. But I'm only going to get really 1 round of shooting to take him out. He's got 2+ save, which will become a 3 with the heavy bolters. I'm out of command points. Both of us are. So it's the last bottom of turn 5. It could possibly be the last turn. I'm going to see if I could do some more damage. Remember, he can't win the mission, but he's trying to go for the tabling, which obviously would win the mission if you table your opponent. Alright, bottom of 5, Crimson Fist. Let's see what we can do. Okay, the big defiler took 2 melta guns, point blank range, but made his, what is it called, demonic resilience?
Yeah.
Demonic resilience saves and saved both of them on a 5-up. The Terminator shredded a bunch of guys, but they actually made their saves on 5s and 6s. So I can't kill these guys. They're tough. They're Nurgle. I did 1 wound to the spawn, but he did nothing back to me. And this guy took a lot of shots. The Devastators opened up a point blank. This tactical squad, the snipers, they all fired down. He's got 1 wound remaining. And we're at the bottom of 5, so it could end. You want to roll a die?
Sure. Got a 6.
And it'll keep going if you want, but it's you're looking just to try to table it, and like it's going to be difficult because
I'm going to call it. I mean,
all right, he'll get in and he'll probably chew this up.
He might get Overwatch. He's got 1 wound left.
Right, he's got 1. Yeah, he's in trouble.
You know, and then as I run around and try to shoot it, it's.
Yeah, I got these guys here. I mean, he'll probably get into combat. He could kill my captain. This guy could probably take those 2 out. But I do have a power fist, but you only have 3 wounds on them, so that thing's at full strength. Yeah, it'll be tough. I mean, once the Havocs got freed, I knew you would have some last counters, but I do have a lot of guys still left.
Yeah, it'll be tough for me to get rid of every single one. Plus, you got the Razorback. You could just move that away and run away from the Defilers until the game ends. The snipers too, if I get rid of them, I'd be surprised the way they are. But
yeah, they've been holding strong on that bastion right there. That was a good spot for them. They got good saves all game because you did put shots into them. All right, well, Chris, great game.
Yep, good game, man.
It was the first mission for the Fate of Konor and on the planet here, so the Imperials got the first victory, but it was at a cost, tremendous cost. We lost our warlord. We lost a bunch of squads. Dreadnought, Ancient is gone. And, you are getting over the bridge. It's like they're out getting it. We got filth and contagion everywhere. Alright, well, thanks for watching. If you made it this far through the battle report, and hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please hit the like button, hit subscribe. And we're going to look to continue these missions as they come out. We got 1 more to catch up to, mission 2 for Fate of Konor. But these Plague Marines, they started the invasion, and they're on the planet. So we got to try to get rid of them. Alright, this is the Bellport Battle Bunker signing off. And trying to bring the hobby back 1 battle report at a time. Thanks for watching.